I know that everyone woke up as I did with the news from Israel of the war that has begun, and I contacted Hanoch right after that. Of course, it was Shabbat there; he did not have his phone on. As soon as we did, we started to think about doing an update. Wisely, Hanoch said, "Let's wait a day and give it a little bit of time." I don't know if we're going to be able to do this. It's going to probably be a little spotty because of the bandwidth issues probably being used in Israel right now. But Hanoch, live from Modi'in, Israel, could you give us some ideas of what's going on there from your perspective?
Sure. Uh, yeah, the this is unlike anything that I have ever experienced in 14 years as an Israeli. This is not, a standard operation. This is not, another war in Lebanon. This is far more serious. Um, to speculate on all of the elements where we fell down in terms of intelligence assessments and reactive at this point doesn't make any sense.
True.
There are all kinds of theories, and then some of the loons that I know on the internet are busy talking about, well, this was an inside
Yeah.
job, like
Yeah.
9/11. And it's like,
Yeah.
really, if I had a gun, I would shoot them.
That does not
Um,
change the fact that
it's a
people are
very
dying.
serious situation.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, the latest news from here as of at least 10 minutes ago is that the death toll is over 600. Wounded is approaching 2,100. Um, Captured and kidnapped, taken hostage in Gaza, somewhere between 100 and 160. We don't know yet. Lots of people still missing. Um, Videos are coming out, stories, horrific stuff. I do realize that we have children that are listening,
Yeah.
so I'm not going to go into any specifics. But the barbarity and the savageness of these creatures is beyond belief. Um, as of now, Israel is still fighting to retake a couple of villages and Jewish communities in the south. We still do not have full control. As of a few hours ago, there were terrorists that had reached close to Ashkelon and launched another attack. And then in the meantime, of course, we have Israeli tourists that were in Alexandria, Egypt by an Egyptian policeman. So it just, the news just keeps going from bad to worse. The good news is we have electricity, water, and quote unquote humanitarian supplies to Gaza. It's going to be extremely difficult for us to launch the kind of operation in Gaza that we want because of human shields.
Yeah.
They have Israeli men, women, and children. They have children as, babies I saw on video. They had a 6-year-old boy being, taunted and bullied by their children, elderly grandmothers. I mean, it's unbelievable. At the same time, in Israel, they always begin publishing, once the families are notified, they begin publishing the biographical information
Yeah.
of our soldiers who have fallen. And so far, they have only identified 26. Two of them are from my city, Modi'in.
Hmm.
Two I happen to notice are young women, in the 19-year range, sending their kids off. I mean, it was an unreal sight I didn't see it until a video last night after Shabbat, but before Shabbat ended, our local soldiers who live here were visiting family, were being bussed out.
Hmm.
And religious, non-religious, it didn't matter. In fact, it was still Shabbat, didn't matter. Uh, and they were singing. And you're hearing all these stories now of like people just got a call-up notice, and he wasn't able to take down your sukkah. My children and I will come over and do that for you. I mean, it's just you know taxi drivers offering free rides to soldiers. Um, we took a horrific blow yesterday,
Yeah.
horrific, unprecedented. Um, and of course, had we had a government that was focused on securing the state of Israel as opposed to pushing personal agendas, we would likely not have been in this situation.
Yeah.
Um, it's tough. It's very tough. The local mall is closed here. Most of the stores are closed. All the eateries are closed. How long this is going to go on, we don't know. We don't know. I mean, we are currently massing troops and material on the border with Gaza. Whether we will finally go in and do all that it takes to fully dismantle Hamas, I don't know. I hope and pray that we do. There has been a policy in Israel, it's referred to as mowing the grass.
Hmm.
That every few years, Hamas, reaches a level of armament, and then we furiously go at it for a couple of days, and then it's back to the status quo. That is intolerable. And that is what we based our security assessment on until yesterday.
Hmm.
And forget it. The rules have all changed. I do not expect, sadly, these hostages to all get out alive.
No. No.
Gilad Shalit, a number of years ago, was surrendered for over 1,000 terrorists. What would we be expected to do now? It's interesting that much of the world has come out in support of Israel. The German parliament was blue and white. The Empire State Building, blue and white. Clearly, the hand of Iran is behind this.
Yeah.
There are some analysts who say Russia as well. To go into that now doesn't help anything. Israel is in a very difficult situation, particularly our listeners need to keep in mind that Hamas has approximately 10% of the military capability of Hezbollah in Lebanon. And it was actually Hezbollah that had created this scenario of multiple crossings of the border, seizing Israeli towns, taking hostages, and slaughtering people left and right. We can, at this point, call on Hashem for his rachamim, for his mercy.
Mm-hmm.
And then we need to go into Gaza and create a staggering body count where literally there will not be enough people left to bury all of their dead. All of their infrastructure has to be destroyed. All of the American and European Union aid money that has gone into creating these tunnels and providing the money for motorized hang gliders and all of the things that they did has to be wiped out and wiped off the face of the earth for all. Now, the problem and the reason I'm saying that more slowly than I would normally is because it's really easy to talk about. America could carpet Gaza.
Yeah.
Russia could carpet bomb Ukraine. Israel can't.
Yeah. Well, how does you're talking about the support that's being shown. You're talking about Germany and the blue and white on the Empire State Building. I also saw a report that in a subdivision of Berlin, they were handing out candy in support of the Palestinian cause. Um, you're talking about carpet bombs and
Not at all surprised.
yeah, and you're talking about carpet bombing and things like this. How long does this support for Israel hold up in the midst of this? That is my issue. And my question is
Very few
that,
days.
huh?
Very few days.
Yeah,
What's going to happen is they're going to be images, you know, alleged civilians, you know, lined out there. Their corpses will be laying there, and then the world will say enough.
yeah.
You know, time for a ceasefire. Well,
Well,
you know, no ceasefire, and we can't have a ceasefire until we get the hostages back. And I have no idea. I mean, meanwhile, of course, the issue of flights to and from Israel is a question
yeah,
for right now. For those listening who are joining us for Connect in November, the whole world can change 15 times over between now and then.
yeah.
Don't despair. Don't get overly concerned about your flight. We've got plenty of time to sort this out and settle it. And needless to say, we would not put anyone in harm's way ever. So, you know, nothing to be concerned about.
Well,
Um,
the first thing I did yesterday morning, Hanoch, as you know, is send out an email to those folks that are signed up for the Connect Israel tour, and just to give them a word of comfort. This morning, before I got online with you, I was working on their name tags. So there is my commitment, and my commitment has always been through these years in leading tours during the Oslo War, the Intifada, that if they let me on the plane, I go. And so,
yeah,
I understand the concerns of people, but my concern is regarding my commitment to the land and the people of Israel. So, your name tags are being made up right now. So, put your heart at ease.
it's you know, how can I say this? Listening to Netanyahu say we're going to turn their hideouts into ruins. I'm tired of the fact that he's so eloquent in
Yeah,
English.
yeah, yeah.
You
I know.
know, it's like, let's do it already. Um, it's his policy, and it's the fact that you know, since our elections, I think that was last December. It's hard to remember when you're having such a good time. Since our last elections, his priority has been this proposed judicial reform.
Hmm.
So for 40 weeks, Israelis did nothing but get out in the streets and demonstrate
Yeah.
for, against. Our police
Sorry about the connection, folks. Nothing to do about it.
and killing each other left and right in gangland slayings. Our police don't have enough manpower to deal with it because they're out policing these stupid demonstrations.
Hmm.
So, on the other hand, many of our listeners who are close with me know that right now, literally as of tomorrow, I was stepping into 5 group tours in a row, which is essentially about a third or more of my yearly income, except for Connect. Well, the first one has already been postponed, indefinitely postponed. So yeah, it's but my life is nothing compared to the friends and family of those who have been taken hostage, those who have been shot down in their streets and their homes. This is unprecedented. And if I ever catch anyone talking about, well, a Palestinian state and a two-state solution, seriously,
Hmm.
I mean, my knees are in terrible shape, but my knuckles are fairly good. I'll smash the face. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just the savagery,
Yeah.
was out there for all to see. And again, as you pointed out, not only, I mean, these were the people who were handing out sweets here on 9/11.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then people are writing me, um, well, people are saying this is Israel's 9/11, or this is Israel's Pearl Harbor Day. I'm sorry. It's been more than 14 years since I've lived in the United States of America. I mean, I love America, but I don't need an American analogy to talk about a horrific situation in Israel.
Yeah, and that statement is coming out from Israel, which I find that statement very offensive personally. Just to say, well, let this coincide with something else. No, this is today. This is what has happened in the past is horrific, but this is today, and this is a new event that each of us have to walk through. Hanoch, I'd like to make a couple of comments here. Thanks for the time that you've given to us.
Please.
Number one, the conspiracies. As I said, conspiracies do not help people that are in a bunker being held against their will.
Oh, of course.
There'll be time for all of those things. The first thing I did yesterday was go through my contacts of Israel and email, message, WhatsApp, whatever I could do, every person that I know, I think, in Israel, and just say that we're praying for you. I changed my Facebook post or my Facebook, whatever, cover page to something having to do more with the prayer for Israel. People should be posting things regarding Israel. Social media.
Our internet connection is wobbly.
Yeah, I know it's really bad on your end. Fortunately, I'm on my computer on my side, and I just lost a note for a few minutes, so I'll just continue to go here. There he is. He's coming back. Okay.
Here we are.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so I want to make a couple of comments regarding social media. Is first of all, this is not a time to post stupid cat tricks. This is a time to post things that are serious regarding the land and people of Israel. As you know, Hanoch, I did a quick for me, about 15, 17 minutes of a post yesterday regarding my take and how to pray for Israel. I can tell
Wonderful.
people,
Wonderful, Mike.
thank you. I can tell people I will be monitoring more closely my comments regarding what's on YouTube. If a person says something about a two-state solution or anything anti-Semitic, you will be deleted. And if it happens twice, they will be blocked from my account, period. There is no grace there. Number two, regarding social media, when Hanoch puts out something, when I do like this video, guys, social media throttles things back. There are algorithms regarding what we're doing. The only way to get this out is for you to share it. And when if you listen to this today, please don't just click the like button. The like button does not help us with algorithms. It is only when you comment on things that helps our algorithms to get things out. So please take a moment and make that effort to help us with this. Hanoch and I will be doing more updates as we can, and trying not to just give you what you can read on the media. Okay, that's not our purpose right here. Connect to Israel tour, as I said, I was just making name tags this morning. I plan on doing more of that today. And lastly, on my end, Hanoch, you're lively, and you did not ask me to do this. And you'll probably yell at me later for doing it, but when does that ever stop me? Your livelihood is tours. You just canceled, probably, or postponed indefinitely. That means you have no income. I would like to ask people to go to Kol Yehuda. It will be on the tag will be on the end of this video, and make a donation. Part of that donation, I know Hanoch well enough that it doesn't all go in his pocket, but he finds places to give. So that is a way you can help. You can post things online. You can do things. Be active, proactive right now. And above all things, yesterday we had our Simchat Torah, the end meeting that we had for Life Assembly, and it was not a party. We had some food, yes, but it was not a party. It was a solemn assembly in which we prayed, we sang. It was not just songs of rejoicing, but it was words and prayers and songs regarding where our heart is, and that is Israel. I'll have more to say on that in videos that will be coming up in the future. So, Hanoch?
Mike, thank you. Thank you very much. Israel will prevail.
No doubt.
It's just going to be painful.
What's it look like from your window?
It's quiet. Modi'in's a ghost town. People aren't going out. They're not traveling. There's not regular bus service or train service anywhere in the country right now. It's very intermittent. So like, for instance, even if I said for whatever reason, I'm going into Jerusalem, I have no way of getting there. I don't have a car. So anyway.
Let me give you just a couple of questions since we have some good internet.
Sure.
You were able to see the rockets coming out? Is your apartment facing that direction, or no?
No, I mean, if I leaned out of where my sukkah was on my merpeset, my balcony, all the way down to the left, I can see Tel Aviv. But I heard the booms, which are pretty far away. We only had one siren go off in Modi'in yesterday. And again, Modi'in is a city of about 105,000 people.
Yeah.
We're not an inviting target, at least not yet.
Yeah.
So like the terrorists don't aim at Modi'in. We're kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Well, we're in the middle between Jerusalem and Tel Aviv.
Yeah.
But it's difficult times. And again, we're still fighting to liberate a number of villages and Jewish communities in the South.
Yeah. Well, there's never been a time that I know of that the words of Psalm 122, pray for the peace of Jerusalem. We are called to pray for the city, the peace of the city of Jerusalem, because the land of Israel will not have peace until that city has peace. That is the center of the world, is the center of everything. And in praying for that city, we're praying for the people, we're praying for the land, and we need to be praying for protection for everyone there. Any last words?
Looking forward to seeing you next month.
Hey, Bezrat Hashem, God willing. All right. Hanoch, thank you so much for
Yeah.
your time.
Thank you,
And
Mike. Thank you for the kind
unfortunately,
words.
we'll probably be talking more than we normally do. So see you next time. Go
Fair
to
enough. Bye-bye.
coleyehuda.com, and I ask you to be a part. Help in this. Everybody can do something. I know that we already have. All right. So thank you guys. See you, Hanoch.
See you, Mike. Thank you.